wipe the lens first, right? You would think I would do that. You know, we all have a lot of growing up to do. Hello, I am here, Big Elvis the Chef, and maybe I'll get a little comfortable. This is the clout chasing dynamic of my show, and what we're going to talk about really quickly is what's been going around, and it's interesting because the day before this conversation started to get the buzz again, I was just talking to LJ about that. I was just telling LJ that about that very subject that's in the title. And months prior to this, we also had that conversation, or maybe even a year or so before. So we've had the conversation several times. This is not a one-off.
Hey, bud, we spent 2 or 3 hours. We spent 2 hours.
Can you spare $3? How about two? No, sir. I'm sorry, I can't help you. So, in New York City, of course. Here's the thing. We were just speaking on this. So the buzz has been going around for like at least a year. And the conversation started with her saying to me, I know you've never had to do that. And I was like, excuse me? I've done that. And she was like, clutching the pearls. What? And I'm like, yeah, I've done that. Of course I have. I mean, I'm a 47-year-old man here, coming from New York City. Let's just put me in a place of New York City when I was 21 years old. Can we just do 21 years old? I'm 21 years old, New York City. What year is that? 1990 what? 4? 1993, 1994. Oh my God. After work, it was not uncommon that I would jump on the train, go home from work, take a shower, okay? Put on some cologne, boom, boom. And what would I do? I would jump on the train and I would go to Queens, the 7 line, Roosevelt Avenue, 1994. You would drive down this area, and what would you see? Stop it, red face. That's why, let me not get off track because of you. I haven't seen a donation from you in a minute. So, what we're doing is, we would, not we, me, solo, by myself, I'm on the train, 7 line, boom. And what they got going on is, chica, 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 chica. Chica, 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 chica. Everywhere you turned, it was chica, 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 chica. And what did you do? You gave the guy some acknowledgement. You were humble. You was like, hey, and he gave you this little tiny square thumbnail card. And on that thumbnail card was not an address, was cross streets. Okay? So that means you would then start walking towards these cross streets. And there were several. When I say several, I'm talking, this story is going to be based on one experience, right? But throughout that night, there were over 30 of those experiences happening, or those type of places happening at that time. Okay. So now, when you get to the cross streets, which a lot of times it wasn't even really the proper cross streets. Okay, they would try to throw you off, and while you're standing around walking, trying not to look conspicuous, you would have someone over there, and they would be like, what does your card say? Okay, so you would show them the card. They would then take your card from you. Okay, and you will now then be either verbally told where the place was, or no, you never got a second card. The only time you got a second card is if, let's say, the place that you were going to, someone intercepted you and they cut the other person's throat and says, yo, we got the best girls. You ain't never gonna see no girls like this. These girls are gonna blow your mind. Say no more. Da da da, ba ba ba. Whatever you are, you know where your brain, your mindset is. So that's the only time you really got the second card. Because these people were paid according to how many cards showed up. They were then giving these people like maybe 25 cents per card that showed up. And let me say this to you. 25 cents per card per man, and you walked away with enough money to pay rent. You understand this? And at that time in my life, I was 225 pounds, zero body fat, doing 50 pull-ups a clip. Okay, didn't have the whole six-pack, but I had the top four. Beautiful, gorgeous. If I was a better YouTuber, and that's $ Elvis Rosenberg, to make me a better YouTuber, I could then go bing, 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 and then flash you a couple of flashes of the past. And wow, look at this. Different. Tall. Okay. Let's not get distracted over here. So now, to make me a better YouTuber where these things won't really happen, you got the Cash App. Utilize it because it's so motivational for me. So now check this out. Okay, you got the thumbnail card. You are in this situation, right? And I said this is one of just maybe 30. I don't think it was 100 going on, but it was at least 30 minimum of these houses. And when you got to the house, you were very quiet. You were very humble. None of that tough stuff. And I was real strong. I was very diesel. I was a 6'1" cock diesel dude, okay, with a weirdo ponytail in the back with just, it was like a braid. All right. So you go up the stairs, or you go into the place, and when you walk into the room, there's a guy there. Okay, and there's a guy there, and he says to you, the ladies are right here. So you say, okay. So you take a look, and then you go back. You get a glance, and then that glance allows you the opportunity to now leave if you're not interested. Very cool, very calm. Everybody had a smile on their face. Everyone was thankful that you came by. There was no drama. There was one guy sitting there. So you got this guy sitting there. He's real cool. No security, no searching you, none of that. Everything was cool. Everybody was quiet. Nobody made a sound. No one raised their voices. No one got loud. There were literally housewives. There were literally teachers in the apartment next door. There were like doctors in the apartment, or their doctors' offices. They were using the office for the day. Seriously, no joke. That nighttime, they would take a doctor's office, hit the doctor off, and then they'll have that for just 2 days, and then you won't see it again. And they were all moving and floating throughout the whole city. It was crazy. And they quenched the thirst of the youth and the working class of this city. It was absolutely crazy. You would walk into this room and there'll be 20, minimum 20 maybe 10. I might have went to a place where there was 10. But we talking about Jennifer Lopez style. There was 2 of those there. Okay? Rihanna, 6 of those. And I kid you not. They had every shade of the rainbow and the baddest women you will ever see, the most nicest, sweetest, politest. They were never any drama. They took the alcohol spray, bing, 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 wiped you down. Next thing you know, there is a prophylactic that magically gets put onto you, and then about 7 minutes later, there's a knowing, an inner knowing on whether or not you would like to maybe do it like, how Bible you really are. You want to hit it like that, or how doggish you want to be. It's really just those 2 to choose from. There wasn't any leaping over and over hurdles. None of that happened because you were on a 15-minute time schedule. And they were very polite, and they were very nice, and you always had to tip. I don't think I said how much you gave the guy, because I don't really want to tell the whole thing, because then, how they say, when it's the ism involved, how the game is to be sold, not to be told. And I'm kind of telling, but it's history and it happened. And let me explain this to you as well. That particular, let's say, season that I was involved in that situation, I didn't go hard. I didn't go, I wasn't there every day. It was like when I got paid, or every other time I got paid, I might have been seeing someone, but I had a lot of testosterone at that time. And I was very, very open-minded at that time. I was also like doing security. I was also bartending at that time. And this place was able to quench a crazy thirst, because I remember driving, and they would just like give you the little cards, and it was just, I'm sure that there is like massive amounts of evil that's involved in all of this. I'm sure. But let me also tell you that some of those next door teachers that were there, that was in the next door, in the building next door, that were teachers, okay, they were working there too. And they weren't like South Americans. They were like regular girls who found out, and they went and they made $1,000 a night. I don't know. All I know is that this wasn't like a bunch of victims that were just being forced to do these things. It was nothing like that. And let me tell you, if they liked you, they would hit you off with their number, and you can go to their house, and they know that they want to cut the middleman off as fast as possible. And if you're a nice guy and you cool, it's not even a problem if you want to go get something to eat. If you want to go like hang out for a little while, and don't even have to be like that. And they're like, all right, what's up? But if you want to do something, come on, let's do that too. I'm cool with that too. And there was like a crazy time in the city where this thing was popping. So, there's a whole thing about all these machismo men. I don't do that. I've never done that. Let me tell you, man, I was very alpha. I wasn't a high value man at that time. I wasn't a high value man. I was accepted by my peers. I was broke though, and that's the reality. I was a broke man who made everyone around me a lot of money. If I worked in your bar, you made call yourself a millionaire. Cha-ching. If I worked in your shoe store at 17 years old, and if I worked at your Foot Locker like I did for 6 months, 7 months, I'm going to be the #1 selling in the whole country 2 weeks into the job. They're like, who the hell is this guy? How's he selling so many multiples? You guys at 99% multiples over here. What's going on? You know, they're like, how the hell could you take a 1,000 square feet bar and make $3 million a year for your boss? How is that possible? Because I was that alpha trying to become that high value man, trying to get to the next level and try to work and work and work. And I know everything takes at least 10 years, 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. And I always kept saying that, if I could just get the pizza was only 5 years. I could never do that. It's like always, so the chefing is just what has really taken it to the next level. That's why I know this bakery is going to be popping. So some of the people that's going to see this are going to be now maybe shifting over to what is this guy talking about, because all of this stuff is in the most obscure titles you will ever see. Look at this city. That guy just decided to just rage against the machine and just let out a big scream. So I keep saying every time I see myself I say all the time. So you are appreciated. And I'm glad that you take this little moment to check out my small channel. This is a guy who's been living in New York City a very long time. And this is a guy who's respected authority. This is a guy who's cop friendly. This is a guy who votes. This is a guy who has his kid in Catholic school. This is a guy who says hi to the police with the thumbs up. This is a guy who lived this whole entire thing. And let me tell you, you do not reap the benefits of hard work until you're 47, 48 years old. Like Troy Terrain said, Star, what did he say? He said, getting old is the trick. So don't kill yourself when you make all these mistakes when you're in your 20s and 30s. You're supposed to. So do alpha males, do high value men pay for box? Hit me in the comment section, let me know.